Hey everyone, XPGamesNL here, and today I'm here with a very special video. This video is about something that has come to my attention recently. I was just browsing the internet like a little narcissist, taking a look at what good, positive stuff I could find about myself on the internet. But then I realized that there was a weird kind of website I've never seen or heard of before. So I clicked on it and boom, I saw one of my videos in an AI article about creating portraits in FEBuilder. Now this was a very strange find and I tried to dig a little deeper into exactly what this was about, but basically this right here is an AI website that has very weird AI articles labeled with all kinds of AI news articles that are automatically generated by a bot that is behind something. Anyway, in the video I will read the article in depth for the first time after having glanced over it a couple of times. And I should also mention that it's important that I do not want anyone to go out of their way to give this website any more attention than it deserves, because that would be encouraging people to check out this website, which I will show later in the video is actually a scam. So please do not go to this website and poke around there and see what else you can find, because it's a bad website. As long as you just don't buy anything there, you should be fine, but I highly recommend you just not visit it at all. And what I also want to say is that even though the website has an email address listed at the bottom, I have taken the opportunity and have done my best efforts to actually contact the email address and send a mail their way, explaining very formally about what has happened and that I want the content on the webpage to be removed. But it's like 2-3 days, maybe even 4 at this point later after recording this, and I still haven't gotten a response. So I have no clue what the hell's going on. Don't trust this website. Still, I hope you enjoyed the video, because this video is also rather hilarious. Oh, and at the end I will say something about what I think about my videos being used for content and how I think about AI. Anyway, hope you enjoy, and yeah, let's take a look at this website, shall we? Hey guys, it's XP from the future here. At the time of recording this, this is very shortly before I release the video. It's been a whole week. Still haven't gotten a response, so this email address is probably very, very fake. So, yeah, just so you know, still haven't gotten a response. Yeah. Yoo-hoo! So this is the website I've been talking about, and it's a very strange website. Not in just the case of it just being a website that has no real company listed to it, that has no contact information aside from one email address. It's just a weird, sketchy website. And the worst part about it is just the fact that the layout is absolute trash. Like, if any of the designers of this website are watching this, because you might be watching, because you knew exactly what videos were good to make Fire Emblem Builder content with. If one of you are watching, please make a search bar or some stuff, because it's really hard to navigate around this website, and so it's also pretty hard for anyone whose content has also been plagiarized to find exactly their way around it. And to give you an example of why the layout sucks, it's because a lot of stuff is at the top here, but you have no clue what's going on. You have the title of the article at the bottom of the page. The thing is just that the entire website is very unoptimized. If you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a website like YouTube, there's a lot of different stuff going on there, and there's a lot of different ways in which YouTube has sort of made sure that their layout is very user-friendly and very, very usable, and that you can actually find stuff. But this is just whack. So what happened here is, the thing is for some reason they labeled the category where they put my video in, they labeled this as AI news. And that's weird, because there's all these articles that are about AI. Which, again, is also really weird, because if all of this is just AI information and just AI stuff, then why is my video in there? And it's just there's a bunch of stuff like this. Looks to me like a video made by someone else. I don't know the person who made this video. It looks to be like a Russian YouTuber by the alphabet, or like the letters or the characters they use. But this just looks like a video. This is just another video from someone else that has been plagiarized. I don't know what this particular video is. What's this? Who made this video? It's another... That's also weird. Why are there the two things I selected? Why are both of them Russian channels? That's interesting. But basically what the format of this page is, the format of these quote-unquote news articles, is they take a random video. For an example, they take mine, which all lessons, I do not host this service. They literally made a tag for me. They made a category for my stuff. This was updated on November 20th, 2023. They made a category for me saying that AI lesson, but this is not AI. This is Fire Emblem Builder, and it says master the arts of custom portraits with Fire Emblem Builder. Nice typo there on the capital U. So, also down here at the bottom, you can see a bunch of stuff that also doesn't make any sense. If you have a normal website, at the bottom of a page there's usually a little bit of information. Most websites that are out there for people to just go and take a look at stuff, most of those websites, they have a sort of contact information, or they have some stuff about them. They have an About Me page, they have something where you can find some original source. And a lot of professional businesses and their websites that aren't like a YouTube, but any company that has an official website will always have like an address listed. But this website doesn't. And there's just a very vague email that's behind all of this. At the moment of recording, I haven't contacted this email. I don't know if I will, but this is just weird. I have no clue why this exists. But even this, normally you would expect the bottom of a page to contain a bunch of stuff, but instead, there's just a bunch of weird shit. Toolify the best AI websites and AI tools discovery, because that's also a thing. These people actually sell AI products, but they also spread fake news, which is weird to me. It's just whack. They also put a copyright sign underneath here to just say that the entire webpage is theirs. But guess what, numbnut? This entire webpage is not yours, because this is my video, and I've read a little through this, but this is just my video, and this counts, technically this counts as crediting. I'm not angry that, so let me get that straight. I'm not angry if someone makes a video or says something or shows footage from my videos and then puts a video link as a way to credit me. This is basically just that. They put in a video link, the website processed the video link and links straight to YouTube. That's really simple to do, but that's what they did here. My problem with this is not the fact that they put my video here and decided to say, hey, check out this video. My problem is that down here you have an entire article that is automatically generated by AI. Because AI be like, let's plagiarize and make fake news. And what's interesting about this is that if you go to something like here, if you go to products, then they have a whole list of AI tools that they sell. Which, this is just weird to me. Like, I have no clue. Okay, so maybe they make those fake news categories. This is just speculation. This is a Fire Emblem Builder theory, if you will. The thing is, I think that they may just generate random news articles written by AI to sort of just boost the chance that people are going to buy their shitty products. And when you take a look at their products, it's like language translation, which that's a pretty good use for AI, but transform text-to-speech effortlessly with our AI voice generator, that's already where I start to draw the line personally on terms of what I think AI should be able to do or not. But then there's a bunch of different AI tools, some of which would be pretty handy to have, but some of them are just literally AI stuff that is being trained with the content of other people. Which, if I'm being, they even sell AI girlfriends, guys. This is literally what is happening right now. This is a business that is booming. And what they're doing is they're also generating news articles with the help of AI, and then accidentally, or not accidentally, it snatched one of my videos in it. So, the way the AI probably generated this is because I talked with someone else about this, and they made a very, very good analogy, or they made a very good analysis that maybe the AI just simply took the automatically generated the auto-generated subtitles for YouTube and instead used those to generate the article, because that is a thing that that certain engines and tools can do. You can actually look up, there are websites where you can just Google or type in a word and then put in a YouTube channel link, and then it will go through the last 200 videos and give you all of the results and possible matches of a person saying a certain word or sentence. So I could go to my channel and just fill in Game Master and see how many times it found Game Master or not. That's something that could happen right here. But this is my video.
Hello everyone.
It's me. This is my voice. It's literally just my video because it's a link to my YouTube channel. That's what's happening here. So what they're doing is they have like this entire video here. This is me showing off the character editor and how it works. And then I start doing some more work on the portrait once I'm inside Paint. But what happens is if you turn on like subtitles, you can see that
Hello everyone.
there's spaghetti language there.
Welcome back to a new Fire Emblem Builder tutorial. Yeah, welcome
There's just a bunch of text being generated. So I also wanted to just read through the article with you guys, take you along, because I'm just very curious to what the article itself has. But what I wanted to say, to make this even more clear, if you ever, for some reason, want to use my content, then that's completely fine, as long as you just just give me credit where it's due. Don't be an asshole and plagiarize from people, because there are some people on the internet who have done that. Even in the Fire Emblem community, there have been other YouTubers that have plagiarized. Don't do that. That's a dick move. It's fine if you use my videos, but I want to clarify that I'm not fine with using any of the stuff I make and feeding it to an AI generator like this. I don't know how this AI was trained, if they placed one of my videos in it, or if it just came across my video and decided to auto-generate an article. Regardless, it's something I'm not happy about. I have no clue what this shitty company is and what they think they're doing by just going around the internet and just touching things and just saying, let me generate an auto article. That's just weird. I don't think you should be doing that, especially if this at the moment serves no purpose whatsoever. And as you will find out from what I've seen whilst reading through the article, it's just, if you asked ChatGPT to summarize what my video of around 50 minutes was about, that, using my videos without credit or feeding it to an AI machine, that is not something that I condone, and I don't want to have that happen to my content. I will, if you do that on the platform and I find out, you will get a DMCA. That's how it sticks. I do not like that stuff happening. But on the other hand, if you like my content and you want to use it in your own videos, it even goes for content from my ROM hack, for an example. If you like that stuff, as long as you credit me, you can put it in your hack if you think my portraits are nice or something like that. But don't do this. This is just plagiarism, because look at this. We have an introduction here. And what happens here is the process of creating custom portraits. Look, they don't even say what game this is for. Creating custom portraits for a character in a ROM hack can be a lengthy and intricate process. In this tutorial, which is supposed to be me, but I didn't do shit here, I will guide you, and if we click on that, It links to a product. And it shows a bunch of weird shit. A bunch of statistics. What I was trying to say is it links to weird products. I take to create through the steps. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the steps I take to create unique and visually appealing portraits. We will explore the technique of splicing, which allows us to combine different elements from existing character designs to create new and original looks. Which is not exactly what I said in my video, but it's basically if you asked someone to rephrase what I tell you in a video. The content is still the same, you're just phrasing it in a different way. It's like two news outlets reporting on the same news event, but the two articles are different because the news is phrased and worded in a different way. This sentence right here, by making small modifications and additions such as adding a tiara or freckles, you can create a more customized and visually appealing portraits. What's interesting about this sentence is that you know that they used my video, because this is the thumbnail of the video, and also the character I'm splicing in this video, or the character or the portrait I'm making, is from a character from Fire Emblem The Prophecy of Flames called Ariana. And she has freckles and a tiara. And the AI was like, heck yeah, let's make it not so subtle that we're stealing this guy's content. Using the Final Character Creator tool, which is not the Final Character Creator tool. I do not know how it came to Final Character Creator tool. We use a tool called, if you Google this by the way, don't, because you'll not find anything. Various sources provide user-friendly interface for selecting and combining different character elements, which is true. I have to give props to the creator, it's a very useful tool. Definitely. Hats off to you. Once you have the tool, the first step, choose the face of the character. Is one of the most important aspects, as it represents the character's identity. This right here is also just what I said in the video. I don't know if that's in here specifically, but let me see.
Custom stuff with the splice, but today we're going to focus instead on making our own splices from the ground up, not doing too much interesting stuff. So what I usually do is, when I start making a splice with this tool, I usually select the face first, because that is one of the most interesting aspects, one of the most important things. You want the face for the character to be correct first. That's the main thing you're going to be looking at with the character. It's mostly the face, so you want...
So basically it's exactly what I'm saying here. The face is one of the most important aspects of the portrait, as it... Well, I didn't say it represents the character's identity, but I do say that the face is one of the most important aspects of a portrait and of a splice. And this is just stupid, because I don't know why they just literally just... They could just ask me permission for this. But they didn't. They could literally just put the video somewhere and just say, watch this video made by XPGamesNL, and just take a look at what's happening. No. Instead, they feel the need to have an AI write a news article, and you can tell that this is AI because it makes a bunch of writing mistakes. Because of that, this is just straight up plagiarism. Once you have the tool, the first step is to choose the face for your character. The face is one of the most important aspects of the portrait. It represents the character's identity. Browse through the available options to the face. Existing characters like Erika or Florina. I think you actually misspelled Erika here. Hold up. See, they didn't do their research, these dumbasses. Misspelling the names of one of the Fire Emblem 8 protagonists. Just AI things. When recoloring it is essential to consider the overall color palette and ensure that the colors harmonize well. Adding a touch of blue can help soften up. This is also something I say in my video. This is literally... And the thing is that what I'm saying is purely subjective when it comes to, like, blue. Adding that little bit of blue, and also about the head being the most important part of a splice. The reason why is because that's how I prefer to do things. That's my preferred way of doing it. There's people who do it in completely different ways. But I say that with blue, and using blue in Ucenti, which is way later in the video, you can actually, you know, alter some colors here and there a bit.
Wait a second, what's this?
The AI didn't copy that part out, though. That's weird. Oh, hello. That's my wallpaper. But
I'll save this real quick.
It's weird that the game, or that the AI just go...
This might just be...
The AI just goes and copies literally what I say in the video. It's interesting. I don't even know what the hell this is. This is... The rabbit hole goes even deeper. Because whatever they are advertising here, or whatever side, or whatever site they are referencing, it has no visits. Which is just insane. They may even just be listing fake products out here, because this is the only Visa Art credit card cashback on all purchases, yet no one has bought this shit. Once we finalize the portrait, we will create the mini-mug in blinking frames. The mini-mug represents a smaller version of the character's face and is typically used during dialogues or other in-game interactions. Which is not what I said, because I would just say that it's only for on the map, not for dialogues and other in-game interactions, you stupid computer that created this. Create the minimug, we will copy the face of the character and resize it accordingly. We will then proceed to edit the colors and fill in the missing details. This step ensures that the minimug matches the larger portrait and maintains consistency throughout the game. The blinking frames, it just combines these two, which I would never do, and I never did. The blinking frames are essential for adding life and realism to the character's expressions. By copying the blinking frames from an existing character, such as Florina, we can paste them onto our portrait and adjust them accordingly. This step further enhances the overall visual appeal of the character. But we're ready to import the portrait into FEBuilder, the ROM hacking tool. The ROM hacking tool. It's the only one you will ever need, guys. This process involves replacing the existing character sprites with our custom portrait. We will test the portrait in-game to ensure that it displays correctly and functions as intended. Take inspiration from existing artwork. Ah! So they followed my advice, but in the worst way possible. Take inspiration from existing work. Look at other portraits, official artwork, or even real-life references for inspiration. I still support this point that you should also take a look at realistic or other people's work, but don't plagiarize it. Look at it and learn and take and observe what techniques they use, what they did to make something stand out, or how they developed something. Look at speed draws if you're an artist, so that you can learn how artists do stuff, and you can maybe learn some new tricks or techniques. But don't start copying stuff from people, especially in a way like this, where I know nothing about this shit. Look at other portraits, official artwork, or even real-life references. Study how professional artists use color. It's literally what I said, without even having read that. You see how well this AI copies my freaking style? Seek feedback from others, share your work in progress with the ROM hacking community, or trusted friends for feedback and constructive criticism. Others may offer insights or suggestions that can help you improve your portraits. Creating custom portraits for ROM hacks requires creativity, attention to detail, and patience. By following the step-by-step process outlined in this tutorial, you will be able to create unique and visually appealing projects for your characters. Remember to experiment, seek feedback, and have fun throughout the process. With practice and dedication, you can elevate your ROM hacks visuals and bring your characters to life like never before. Now, what's the funny thing about this is that this how is this related to my content, by the way? This is very uncanny. This looks horrible. In hindsight, I do find this rather funny. It's not going to hurt me or anything, because it's literally just a video of mine. That's the first thing you'll see. You will not even see the article, probably. And the article says nothing, because it's just a bunch of text with no visuals. You have no idea what is going on. You have no idea what even they're talking about in the article. But what you do see is my videos. So if it's about the views, which I'm not even mad about, if it was about the views, you would get those. I would get those anyway. The thing I'm kind of mad about, or rather upset, is just the fact that they didn't notify me that they used my stuff. They generated a random article, and it's not... First of all, it doesn't inform as well as my video. If you want to use my video as a blueprint to make your own tutorials, then go ahead. If you're just literally following the steps, but you found a method or a way to present it, without directly copying my stuff. If you have watched my video and you know the steps, you've learned how to splice, and you decide to make your own splicing video, go ahead, by all means. You don't have to credit me. You just use your own skills that you've learned through my stuff to make your own video. And even if you use my stuff as a blueprint and you show content of me, at least just credit me. But do it in a way that not only isn't blatantly copying my work, but also acknowledging my work and transforming it into something more unique and something more human instead of this. And the worst part, because this, I just find this funny. To me, I might sound a little agitated because on the one hand I kind of am, but on the other hand I just find it funny that this random ass AI has picked up my videos of everyone. Of all videos on the internet, it's just randomly picked up my video on a completely different subject. I have never on the channel before spoken about AI, so it just randomly grabbed my video and was like, yeah, this looks like AI stuff, we need to inform people about this. The thing that pisses me off is just the fact that this website looks like a scam. And that's also the reason why I'm just showing everything right now. If it was a website or a YouTube channel of someone who I thought would not have any ill intent, or wasn't a scammer like this, or didn't plagiarize like that, or someone could plagiarize, but I'm not going to post random... I'm not just going to post random channel names or videos or IP addresses if I think something is... plagiarism comes forth from someone who doesn't know what they're doing, or if it's actual plagiarism and I don't want people to start harassing the people. But the reason I'm showing this website in its totality on screen is simply because this website looks like a scam. Right? They sell a bunch of AI tools, some of which have websites. You know, the thing is that I don't know what some of these websites are, and I don't know which ones are legit, but when I look at something like this blue thing, that's a credit card that has a website but no one ever visited that joint, then a bunch of red flags in my head go up, especially if this is a place where there's only an email address at the bottom and there's nothing else. Like, even the other website I just accidentally clicked on just now, they had a contact us page. So that's at least a little more legit than this random website with a bunch of weird news articles and products. To close off this video, I just want to talk about AI in general a little more, so that you also know my stance on that. If you want to use my content, whatever content it is, if it's my drawings, if it's my videos, if it's my ROM hack, whatever it is, if you have an AI that you could train with my stuff, then I highly recommend you do not do that and keep your filthy fingers off my work. Because I'm not going to, like what happens here, have my video be picked up by a particular website that sells fake products. I don't want to be associated with people who use AI for malicious intent, and I also don't want to be have my work be used by people who are just going to make copies of my work. That's what AI does. For the people who don't know, I may not be an AI expert, but I am a programmer, and I can prove it if you want to. But the thing is that an AI does not learn. An AI, instead, they cheat. They take a look at other people's work, and then they make an imitation by blending a bunch of stuff together in a giant blender, and then they poop something out. There's a reason why I don't like AI, and it's one of those reasons is that it's usually work from other people that didn't consent for their work to be put in an AI machine. And then the AI making something new of it, because there have been autographs that have been fully pooped out intact by an AI, and it were autographs from artists who had their art just stolen. And second of all, I'm going to be a little rough here. I might just break some of your little hearts but whatever you generate with AI is not something you made. And you might interpret that as AI artists are not real artists, and yes, AI artists are, in my opinion, not the real artists as you know them on the Instagrams and whatever other art websites, or, well, Instagram's hardly an art website, but you're not an artist if you're an AI artist. Instead, you're an AI controller. You're not an artist. The reason why you're not an artist is because a piece of art has art because it has human value in it. It has human emotion put into the work itself. And that could be a piece that you made because you loved a character from a series. It might be a piece you made because you wanted to visualize your broken heart because you recently went through a traumatic breakup. It might also just be a drawing of an older drawing that you've made to show off your learning progress. But every piece of art has a piece of your soul put into it, regardless of how good or bad others think it may be. AI art is not that. It's just an image generated within milliseconds by a program that has just looked at millions of sources and has been trained to recognize, or sort of recognize, what most art pieces have in common. And it poops something out. If you're an AI artist, you're not different from a programmer, really, in the sense that you instruct the computer to do something. And yes, I as a programmer can claim that I've made an application, because I have literally given the computer instructions to make something. I've given them 12 million lines of code to create an application like FEBuilder. But if you're an AI artist, you literally just type in a bunch of prompts, and I don't think that's something you should technically be as proud of compared to someone who has put, like me, who has put, like, at least at this point 4 years of their life into becoming better at just drawing. That's not comparable, because there's no skill curve, and you're just putting in prompts. That's something I'm not saying that AI art shouldn't, well, technically, in my opinion, it shouldn't exist as long as the AI machine that you're using to make your AI art has been trained on the works of people that have not consented to it being used. Because there are a lot of them out there. If there's an AI out there that has only been trained on art pieces where artists allowed for those pieces to be used, then sure, go ahead and make AI arts. But in the end, I do also think that making regular art, or in this case a regular video like I did, where I put it says 43 minutes and 75 or 57 seconds, but in reality a lot more time went into this video than what you eventually see on YouTube. I put a lot more time and effort in that than just a couple of milliseconds because I ran a computer over a 50-minute long video. This has so much more soul into it and just so much more value than an emotionless piece of, nothing really, that is an article like this. So if you're an AI artist, yes, you can claim that you're an artist, but are you really? Because who is making the art, the machine, or are you making that? If you'd like doing AI art, then sure ahead, I won't judge you. Do the things you like, I'm not gatekeeping. But don't act offended when I tell you that AI art is not real art, and if you're an AI artist, you're not a real artist. You're just someone who gives instructions. That is something that I also wanted to say. I do think AI has good uses. Like I mentioned, there's a bunch of products that on this website that I thought were pretty interesting because they were kind of useful. I don't mind stuff like GitHub Copilot, or occasionally asking your ChatGPT about a topic and they helping you and answering you. But I'm specifically against AI that plagiarizes, and especially AI that plagiarizes voices, because voice actors also get their voice plagiarized, art pieces getting plagiarized, AI video games, anything in that particular field should not be touched by AI. Even though AI can generate images, which is impressive, just don't do that. And that's coming from the heart of a programmer. So that was my little rant. I hope you enjoyed this shallow content, which hopefully by covering this I could get a little good chuckle out of you, or just inform you to stay away from this website, because this is a website that has just a bunch of weird shit on it. Stay away from this. Do not go looking at this, and if you do, at your own risk, but I'll not be responsible for what you do. I'm not your dad. Be careful with this. And if anyone who's responsible for making this, if you're the person who's hosting this, I may have sent you a mail already, I may not have. If you're the person responsible for this, if you're the person responsible for all this, can you please remove this article, because it's adding nothing. It's also nothing you want to achieve, and it's just a big mess. With all that being said, I hope this video was somewhat entertaining. Thank you for watching, and more actual non-AI generated FEBuilder tutorials will come soon. Thank you for watching.